Hello, once again. My subject is the birthright blessings. The birthright blessings. Real blessing is not physical. Real blessings is not car or houses or money. That's not real blessing. Those are just benefits of the blessings. The real blessing is spiritual. And a lot of people, they focus on the physical blessings or the fruits of the blessing, which are vain. Which are vain. We are not supposed to focus on vain things or temporal things. The things that are here today and tomorrow, they are no more. So the real blessing is ministered by the Father, is what Jesus did on the cross for us. And it is spiritual. And when you operate in the blessing of the Lord, you are actually operating in his office, and you have God's position, and you have the Father's inheritance. And so, I will read from Genesis chapter number 25, verse 32. The Bible says, "Look, I am about to die." Esau said, "What good is the birthright to me?" This was Esau. The father, Isaac, was about to die. And the day that he called his son Esau, he told him that he was about to die and he wanted to bless him. The mother heard it, and he had to tell his young brother Jacob that the father, Isaac, was about to bless the brother. But all this drama happened because Esau, the brother, had rejected birthright. He said, "What is birthright? Give me soup. Give me beans." Esau focused on beans. He focused on the soup. He rejected the spiritual thing. He rejected the birthright and focused on the temporal things. And he didn't care about the birthright. And yet, out of the birthright, the blessing which produces the physical, he didn't know. He despised. This is what is happening today. People are focusing on the material things when they preach the gospel, and they forget the birthright. They forget that being born again is the number one thing. Because now when you are a child of God, you operate, you function in his office, and you have all possessions, and you have the inheritance of the Father. Because Jesus ministered to us and gave us all things. 1 Corinthians 2, verse number 12. God gave us his Spirit so that we may know the things that we were freely given. Everything from God is freely given. You don't need to buy God. You don't need to buy God. We receive them freely. All what I do is to honor him with my money. I honor God with my possession. I use them to get people from the world. I use my money to preach the gospel. I use my health or my energy to bring other people into life. We don't buy God. We don't buy God. God is not bought. It's impossible. Life is a gift. Everything is a gift. The only requirement is to believe what he has done. You believe what Jesus has done inside you. You believe what Jesus has done with your spirit. You believe what Jesus is doing with your character. You believe what Jesus has promised in his word. And therefore, Esau rejected the spiritual blessings. And the brother took it, and he became his brother. He ruled over all because he received the blessing. The blessing is not money. In fact, the blessing of Abraham is not material or cattle. Abraham was rich even before he became the father of the Israelites. He was rich. The blessing of Abraham is the forgiveness of sins. He is the forgiveness of sins. And that's why in the book of Hebrews, from verse number, chapter 11, verse number 39, the Bible says, the elders of old were commended for their faith. And who are the elders? Abraham, Abel, Samson, Rahab. The New Testament is not recording their sins. Why? Because when they believed, they received the forgiveness of sins. They received the blessing. The blessing is not money. The blessing is not anything tangible. The blessing is not anything physical. The blessing is receiving power for everything. Power for good health. Power to control death. Power to control demons. Power to live forever. Power for everything. You function in God's office. You have the possessions of your father. You have the inheritance of your father. John chapter 3, verse 3 says, verse 6, the Bible says, what is born of flesh is flesh, and what is born of spirit is spirit. Once you have that birthright, you have the blessing. You have the blessing. Once you are born by God, you are born from above. You are a citizen of heaven. You are blessed. You are blessed. And nobody can take that blessing away from you. Nobody can reverse that. Nobody can cancel that. You are a child of God forever. God bless you.